future holds nothing else but confrontation.
Everybody to Ucw Zero and a very special night tonight. You have a double episode, and while the rest of the world is waiting for college football championship playoff implications, tonight, right here, we're having our own playoffs. We're having a heavyweight championship tournament. A heavyweight champion will be crowned, and we start the tournament right here. And now, to the man who is making his Ucw Zero debut, Jose Luis Basio.
Coming into the ring right now is the UCW Heavyweight Champion, Dallas Murdock.
And here he is, the heavyweight champion, with an announcement that I think is going to be about the tournament that is starting tonight. Now, if you remember, he injured his arm in a title match against Martin Casaus, and now the heavyweight champion.
As you all know, because of my injury, I'm no longer able to wrestle for a little while. So therefore, I have the honor of putting on a tournament for you all to see who has the right to carry my belt. That tournament is going to start tonight, but I'll tell you right now, I'm not giving this title to anybody. Any small back in the back and think he can beat anybody, that's fine. But only a real man is going to take this belt from my waist.
That was the heavyweight champion, Dallas Murdock.
BR Ultra Championship Wrestling Zero, Utah's best live pro wrestling action in Salt Lake City, Utah, at the UCW Training Center, 47 South Orange Street. Tickets are $10 for general admission and $3 for kids 6 and under. Doors open at 6 p.m. and bell time is 6:30 p.m. For more information, go to www.ucwzero.com or call 801-699-7977. And remember, do not try this at home. We are trained professionals. Leave it to us. We are Ultra Championship Wrestling Zero. Motivational pain.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Cocoa Beach, Florida, weighing at 250 pounds, Sammy Six Guns
And
Jr.
here we are, Sammy Six Guns Jr. This guy has been everywhere. My broadcast partner, Dallas Murdock, he's 6'4", 250 pounds. What do you think of him?
Oh, let's see here. Evidently somebody I've never seen before. Never competed against him, so evidently he ain't nothing to me right now.
So let me ask you something. This gentleman, he was spent 2 years in the WWE NXT program. He's a former NCAA collegiate wrestler. He's undefeated in MMA. and he was trained by Pat Tanaka. I mean, those are some serious credentials. I think he's the odds-on favorite to win this tournament. What do you think?
Well, hearing the name Pat Tanaka, that rings a bell for sure because he's one tough individual. But as far as giving Mr. Showboat here the hands up, I guess we'll have to wait and see.
All righty.
And now his opponent from Blue Mountain State, weighing in at 190 pounds, Caleb Crush.
And here he is, no stranger to Ucw Zero, Caleb Crush. Dallas Murdock, your thought on this next gentleman taking the ring?
Well, Caleb Crush is an individual. Now, I do know this gentleman. Wrestled him a few times. We went toe-to-toe. Now, a man that I think could take it is Caleb Crush.
Okay, so basically, I've got Sammy Six Guns, you've got Caleb Crush. Now, the odd part about this is that this tournament, you invited people not just from this state, not just from this region, but from all over the country. We've got Cocoa Beach, Florida against Denver, Colorado right here. I mean, what was your decision-making process?
Well, let's put it this way. Like I said in my promo just a minute ago, I'm not giving my title up just to any schmo.
Okay.
They're going to fight for it, and they're going to earn it. So not just the locker room we have here, but I want anybody that's got the guts to step into our ring to step it up.
Okay, and there you go. And here we go. There's the bell. Now, it looks like Sammy Six Guns has taken the time to put his brother bag over there, or fanny pack, if you will, in the corner. It's going to be interesting to see these guys lock up. This is their first match in independent or otherwise, and Caleb Crush trying to get the crowd behind him. Sammy Six Guns, though, when he came out, kind of had the bulk of the audience behind him. There's the lock-up, headlock. Oh, look at the test of strength right there by Sammy Six Guns. I don't think Caleb Crush knows what kind of knows what he's getting into.
That's definitely a big size difference right there. I'll tell you that. But the showboating. Whoa.
Oh, big
there
boot
you
in the
go.
stomach. You know what? That'll take down any opponent. But look at that. Sammy Six Guns over the top. Oh, taking it. Oh, wow. There we go. Sunset flip. This could be over early. Oh, and Caleb Crush, though, using that amateur background to kick out of that. Into the corner. Oh, look at this.
Ooh, a little fancy, a little fancy.
Oh, and a 2 count by referee John Godfrey. Arm wringer there, reversing it. Oh, and a short arm clothesline. I mean, that's one way to oh, here we go. And that's one move to show your dominance over an opponent is a short arm clothesline.
Well, I'll tell you, that's a good move, but it's not as good as what I can do.
That is correct. That is correct. Oh, and look at that one. A standing guillotine right there on Caleb Crush. It looks like he's out of it.
Oh, not too much, not too much.
As a competitor, when you're down and out like that, what's going through your mind? I mean, clearly right now, Sammy Six Guns has control of the match. What is going through your mind?
Well, I'll tell you what, when you're laying there, the only thing you can think of is, I got to get up. You got to keep going. You got to keep motivated, especially with the heavyweight title in line. For a shot like that, you've got to keep going.
And you rely on your training and the people that train
everything,
you?
Everything.
Okay. Now, it looks like he's got a foreign object here, the brother bag. I'm not quite sure what he's doing with it. Now, John Godfrey...
What is he doing? This ain't even legal. Really?
Oh, my goodness. What's going on? I don't even know what's going on here. I mean, is this a... Wow, there we go, using a foreign object, but not really using it as a weapon, but more just, I don't even know, more to get in the mind of his opponent. And it didn't seem to be working as a springboard clothesline there. Caleb Crush using his agility to possibly, almost win the match.
You know, I don't think I've ever seen Caleb Crush get up like that. That's pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah, I think that was film steady. When I talked to him beforehand, he said that he was going to have to use his agility and high flying, which he's not used to try and defeat the larger man. Oh, look at that.
Oh, that was pretty.
Kick. And you know what? That's how you take down the bigger man. You take away the wheels, you chop down the tree, the head goes with it.
That is definitely for sure.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, what do we got going on here?
Do a surfboard here. Now look at this. He's just basically taking out his legs, taking out his arms. Once you take away those appendages, you can't do it. But, and a curb stomp right there. And look at that, mocking Sammy Six Guns. I don't think he knows where he is or his ring positioning because he used all the strength to kick out when all he had to do was grab the rope.
That's true, very true. Good eye on that. Good eye on that.
Now look at that. Once again,
Caleb, taking the oxygen.
Yep, Caleb Crush. Why don't you tell us what that move does for you? Or on your opponent?
Well, what that completely does, it takes your wind away, so you can't breathe. And then once you can't breathe, there's nothing. You have nothing. You can't move. You can't see. You have no idea what's going on.
Oh, boy. There we go. Oh, wow. And that is called strength. Caleb Crush doing everything he could to try and outsmart and outmaneuver him. But look at the strength of Sammy Six Guns Jr. as he goes into, and a power bomb into the corner. Into those turnbuckles, and that padding isn't very much. It's maybe, what, a quarter of an inch of foam?
Oh, barely. Barely even that, and that's all steel behind it.
Now, I got a question. If neither man gets up at the count of 10, who wins the match? Does it go into an overtime? Because we have to have a winner because this is the first round for your championship.
Well, no, it's not like that. They both count out. Guess what? They're both going home losers.
There you go. Okay, spoken by the champion. Now, do you have a rematch clause in this? I mean, I think you would have to in order to...
Well, technically, I'm not losing my title. I have to hand it down. So, therefore, the moment I come back, I don't care who holds it, I'm getting my rematch.
Okay. Oh, look at that. Wow.
Oh, look at that big guy fly.
Wow, showing some of his moves and maneuvers and saying, if you want to be technical, I can be technical too.
That was pretty impressive for a big guy.
Right, wow. Look at this pump handle. Oh,
my goodness.
Wow, Uranagi. That's his finishing move. There he goes. And the winner of the first round is Sammy Six Guns. And Caleb Crush goes home crushed.
The pinfall.
That was nothing but strength there. That was pretty impressive. I'll give that to him.
Jr.
And Sammy Six Guns Jr. moves on to the next round of the tournament for Dallas Murdock's Ultra Championship Wrestling Zero's Heavyweight Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
BR Ultra Championship Wrestling Zero, Utah's best live pro wrestling action in Salt Lake City, Utah, at the UCW Training Center, 47 South Orange Street. Tickets are $10 for general admission and $3 for kids 6 and under. Doors open at 6 p.m. and bell time is 6:30 p.m. For more information, go to www.ucwzero.com or call 801-699-7977. And remember, do not try this at home. We are trained professionals. Leave it to us. We are Ultra Championship Wrestling Zero. Motivational pain.
Introducing first, from Salt Lake City, Utah, weighing in at 240 pounds, he's a former WWE NXT superstar, a current Lucha Underground star, from WWE Tough Enough. Give it up for Bronson!
And there he is, the former UCW Zero Heavyweight Champion. He has been spending time in Lucha Underground, and now he's back to stake his claim for Dallas Murdock's Ultra Championship Wrestling title. Dallas, he is the man that injured you. What are your thoughts?
Well, you know, it's like they say, to be the big guy, you got to beat him. But he couldn't beat him, so he had to take me out the hard way.
Dallas Murdock did get the nod in that match, and Martin Casaus with the crowd firmly behind him. And now for his opponent.
His opponent from San Francisco, California, weighing in at 169 pounds, Chip.
Now these two men are no strangers to each other. How many matches would you say that they've had in UCW Zero?
You know, I couldn't even tell you. All I know is I'm glad I haven't had to. Oh my God! Really?
Oh, there we go. Chip with his tag team partner Tommy Purr, but tonight they're actually Chip is staking his claim to take your championship.
You know, maybe I made a mistake by opening up this tournament to anybody, because I don't know about you, but I sure do not want to see him wearing my title.
You know what? He's in the tournament. He has just as good a chance as anybody. And the crowd, I don't know who the crowd likes better, Martin Casaus or Chip.
I no words. Oh my God.
Now, who do you like in this match and why?
Well, that's kind of a dumb question, considering I'm not a fan of Martin Casaus at all. If I had my way, I would be the one in there whooping his ass one more time.
I understand, but I mean, technically, who do you think's going to win? Not emotionally, using your mind, not your heart.
With strength, conditioning, I will give it to Martin.
Okay. There you have it, folks. Dallas Murdock picking Martin Casaus to win this match. But you know what? The thing that bothers me, and you probably won't agree with this, but I don't think that we should allow managers, valets, advocates, ringside, because it's the guy without the manager is like fighting two people.
So you want to take their job away too? Is that it?
Not necessarily.
Their job is to come out here and support their man.
Well, why aren't they sitting back here where they can't do any interfering?
Well, they got to be able to encourage them.
Oh, and there we go.
They got to have that ear to have their spoken words.
I guess we'll just agree to disagree on that one.
Very much so.
We've yet to have a lockup. As you know what, I sometimes wonder if this isn't an act that Chip and Tommy Purr and others like him do to try and get in the mind and catch their opponent off guard.
Well, some of the stuff I've seen in the locker room, walking down the halls, because at first I questioned just like you did, but I'm not so sure.
Oh,
that's some pretty scary stuff back there.
This is an all-ages show. We'll leave it at that. How about this crowd? Unbelievable. Ucw Zero, best of state, the heavyweight championship tournament. Would you want to be anywhere else?
No. The only place that I'd rather be than right where I am right now is in
the ring. In the ring. Spoken like a true champion.
Since the day that I held this title, I've defended my title like a true champion. I've busted my butt.
Six-time champion.
That's right.
Six-time champion. In fact, I think if my numbers are correct, you've held the championship more times than anybody else.
I really never cared to look at that, but I think I just might do my own homework and go look at that.
You know what's kind of odd? We've had one lockup and one turnaround, and that's all that's happened. And I think that's Chip's delay tactics that play into this. Now, Martin, with a great amateur background, puts him in. Oh, and look at that, pulling the hair and then
going for a kiss. Going for a kiss.
That's one way to break a hold. I mean, I'll let go. I'm not going to lie to you.
Oh, if I never have to wrestle Chip, that'll be a blessing.
There you go.
Well, or Tommy Purr for that matter.
So I'm telling you, I really believe that Chip does these delay tactics and everything to try and get in the head of their opponent, because all of a sudden, he's tough. He attacks. He doesn't wait.
Well, you know how it works. You get your mind scrambled, whether it's by somebody hitting you or playing head games, you lose your focus and you can't concentrate.
And look, it looks like Martin lost his focus as he takes a big boot to the stomach. Reversal, Irish whip, up and over. And look at Martin going over there.
Oh, whoa, wait a minute.
Oh, gosh. Martin going for the monkey flip, but he won't have any part of it. And once again, we have a match between a strong, oh boy.
Like I told you, you get in somebody's head and they lose all focus.
That's another, pardon the pun, right?
Yep.
Trying there for the sunset flip, and no, he's not going to pull his pants down. Oh, he almost got him down. Oh, but Martin coming back with the big boot to the head.
Now that is one bad thing about playing the head games is when you get hit, it hurts 10 times worse.
It does. It certainly does. It took a lot out of Chip right there. And once again, I was trying to say earlier, we have a match between someone with superior strength and someone who's agile but not as big.
But
oh, and a drop kick right to the face. Did you see that?
Just because Martin's a big guy doesn't mean he's agile. He can move with the best of the rookies and everything else. Yeah. And he's a hard fighter.
Oh, exactly. Look at this. But Chip, a fine wrestler by his own rights. Now look at that roll over. This is some wrestling we don't usually see here in UCW Zero. Martin getting very upset. I think he's kind of lost a little bit of his focus right here. What do you think, Dallas?
Oh, extremely. And it's like I keep saying, those head games keep getting him so frustrated, and he's going to get madder and madder. But then that one little slip-up can give Chip that win.
Nice bridge there. Oh. But Chip kicking out of the last minute. That was like 2 3/4.
Easy. Oh, here we go. Got to get the crowd going.
Yep. Now, remember, the winner of this match faces Sammy Six Guns.
Oh, my goodness. Is
next
that
week.
legal?
Oh,
Is that
no.
legal?
Look, he's got, let's see, the referee, John,
Oh.
he's got to the count of 5 to let it go. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my
God. I don't even know what to call that. Is that like a drop crotch? Well, I don't even know what move that is.
I'm right there with you. I don't even know what to say about that.
You know, and that's the thing, is Chip is like mixing his wrestling moves. Oh! And that big knee to the head.
I'm not so sure that was his knee.
Oh. Now look at Martin. Martin's out of it as he goes into that steel post on the corner.
And there's no give in them posts.
Now what is going on here?
Well, wait a minute. What? This can't be legal. I mean, seriously?
Wow, and here, what is going on here? Are they like, it's just another part of the game. Oh, but Martin taking firm control here.
Well, now here's the anger game.
He went to the well one too many times with that move, trying for the boot.
Oh, my goodness.
At some point in time, Chip has to throw some punches. Now, here's where he comes. Here's where he tries to take advantage of that mental thing. Oh, but he just didn't have the strength. As Martin puts him in the TKO, do you think he'll get it?
Come on.
Oh, and he got the perfector. He got the perfector. Oh, and Martin Casaus wins. Chip did everything he needed to do to win, but Martin's strength won over.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's like I told you. You get that head game going, you get them mad, you get them pissed off. The end game, you get hurt.
But I've got to say, I think Chip's techniques were winning. Had he been
He
able
had
to
it. No,
had
he
he been
did.
able to get that cross body, he might have got the 3 count. But Martin's strength took over. Martin Casaus taking on Sammy Six Guns next week in the next round of the tournament. And look at this, a show of respect. 2 men that have faced each other. They fight their heart out, but all of a sudden a show of respect, and he goes for the referee, Johnny. Ladies and gentlemen, we have so much more in this double episode of UCW Zero Television. We'll be right back.
This next contest is a triple threat match scheduled for 1 fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from a sea of babes, weighing in at 1 ton of awesomeness, 1/2 of the tag team champions. Give it up for Dante Acosta.
And here he comes, 1/2 of Team Bad, Dante Acosta, in a singles competition, albeit a triple threat match, kind of a break. in the tag team tournament, but we have a really good treat in this double episode where we get a triple threat match.
Well, see, that's one thing, though. You got to watch out with these triple threats. Okay, he may be crowned as one of the half the tag team champions, but it doesn't mean two of them can't team up on one opponent to get one out of there and then take it one-on-one.
There you go. Now, the thing that's great about this is something you don't see in other sports is all three competitors are in the ring at the same time, and the first person to get the pinfall or submission wins the match.
That is very true.
And look at Dante Acosta, very proud of that tag team belt, mugging for the camera.
I'll show, really?
You know, the thing about it, though, is he can back it up with his obviously, by fact he has the tag team championship belt, he can back it up.
I'll give you that credit.
Introducing the next competitor. From Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 188 pounds, Royce Bentley.
And here we go, Royce Bentley. I haven't seen him in Ucw Zero for a long time.
Yeah, he's been gone for quite a while. I mean, he's no stranger here either.
Oh, no, not at all. In fact, quite honestly, it seems like he's got his own fan base over here.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good for him. But, you know, like they say, actions speak louder than words. And from what I understand, he's got a lot of words.
There you go. He's got a lot of words, but he's got a lot of action, too.
Yeah, we'll see about that tonight.
And now, introducing the final competitor. From the mental asylum, weighing in at 175 pounds, give it up for Bronson!
And here are, would you say, the #1 competitors to the tag team title, the Reign of Insane?
That I would. I mean,
now here's the thing. Do you think that they have a hidden agenda of coming in this triple threat match and possibly trying to do something that may get their chances better to win a future title match?
well, you know, me and Bronson, we're no strangers to each other.
Oh, no.
And there's always a method to their madness.
That's exactly right. And I've been saying all along that I really believe that Bronson's, this is purely an act. I understand what Chip does, because that's part of who he is.
Yep.
I really believe this is part of what Bronson really wants to get across. I don't think he's crazy. I think he's crazy like a fox. And here we go. We got, for the first time, Junior Greenhorn tonight. He's got his hands full. I mean, I love Junior Greenhorn. He's a great referee, but I'm wondering if he's in over his head with this triple threat match. What do you think?
Oh, I couldn't agree more. That little twerp does nothing but get in the way every time you turn around. And now he's got 3 of them to deal with, and as crazy as 2 of those are.
And here we go.
I will have to say, though, out of the 3 individuals in there, as much as I don't like him, I got Bronson on this one.
Wow, and I'll tell you what, Bronson slapping the taste out of Dante Acosta's mouth. Now look at Royce Bentley. He's kind of not familiar with the feud that's been going on between these two. He's kind of caught in the middle. Oh no! And a meeting of the minds right there as he got the head knocker, taking advantage of the situation with a big clothesline on Dante Acosta and an elbow. Oh, Royce Bentley's on fire
lariat
right here. Look at him. Now, if I were in there, I would want to go for the pin as soon as he could. Nice hip toss there.
Oh, what's he going?
Now, the thing I don't like about this is that, there we go. That's what I was going to say. It's hard to do a move on an opponent that's going to take your focus away from the third man in the ring who can hit you while you're tied up with your opponent. Ooh, and the first plate of chops is served tonight.
Well, that's like I was saying earlier. You got 3 guys in there. Eventually, it's going to come down to 2 of them beating the crap out of 1.
Exactly. Now, wouldn't it be interesting to see how Dante and Bronson work together as maybe a tag team?
That could be pretty interesting.
Oh, but here they go. Royce Bentley powdering out, taking a time out, if you will, and I don't blame him. Oh,
wow.
and a big clothesline off the rope. Dante Acosta, He may be small, but he's cut, and he's using that momentum for him. Now, here's the mistake I think he's making, is playing to the crowd. Shouldn't he have just gone right for the pin? See, look at all that time he wasted.
Yeah, see, that's the bad thing about all that time, too, is, that guy's laying there getting his breath while you're over there jaw-jacking and dancing around, wasting your own energy.
Right. That's one thing I notice about your style, is you just go right at it. You fight to the finish, and you don't mess around.
No, see, that's why I say I am who I am. I go in there, I whoop ass, take names. I don't have to tilly-tally around, play with all these fans, play with people. I go in there to kick ass and take names.
There you go. Now look at that. Dante Acosta very smartly knocking Royce Bentley out of the ring. Part of a strategy so it just becomes a one-on-one matchup with someone that he knows, with someone that he's beaten before.
That's very true, because if Royce Bentley was in there, that's a whole new game for Dante.
Right.
He has no idea what he's got, what he's capable of. But with these two, it's just like yesterday news.
And the thing about it is Royce Bentley himself might be playing possum, laying down there, waiting for the opportunity. Bronson. With the sit-down tiger bomb right there. And this is to one
close.
fall. This is not an elimination match. This is to one fall. And Bronson almost got the fall. I mean, it couldn't have got any closer. And Royce Bentley, like I thought, playing possum coming in here. Oh, wow. Royce Bentley almost, with that schoolboy, almost getting, and here we go with a backslide. Wow, trying to do a Kerry Von Erich against Ric Flair there.
He's really taking it to Bronson. I'm actually pretty impressed right now.
Oh, yeah, and he's working on the back of his head. But now here he's trying for a move again. Now Dante is hurt, but if he gets up, Royce Bentley can't get out of the way. Get him in the sharpshooter. See,
kick.
There we go. Oh, see, that's what I was talking about. As Royce Bentley gets knocked out of the ring, and his fans over here going crazy, imploring him to get up. Oh, nice elbow there, reversing the momentum. Oh, wow, a little bit of a modification of a TKO there right on the knee. You can kind of see the influence that Martin Casaus has on this locker room.
Oh, big time.
Oh! Well, did he get 3?
That was 2.
That was
only
2. That was 2.
That was 2.
Is this just amazing action from the best of state? You don't see this anywhere else in the Intermountain West.
Well, that's one thing I've always said about UCW. Every man here takes it hard. I mean, you hit hard, you kick hard, everything.
Oh,
we don't hold it back like all these other ones do.
Oh, and look at that. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Bronson, I think he just hit his finisher. Oh, gosh.
Wow.
It cannot be any closer to a 3 count than that without winning. And Bronson clearly upset. Each man has tried to impose his will on the other one. And here Bronson going crazy.
Going back to his mental asylum.
Yep. And Dante Acosta looks visibly hurt. Oh, no, here we go with the straight jacket. Oh, he tried the straight jacket, but he countered it. Good film study by Dante Acosta. Missile drop kick there. Oh! Dante Acosta seeing Royce Bentley getting on the apron, wanting to keep it a one-on-one match against Bronson. Going to the top rope, high risk. Oh, and he got it off the top rope. I think that's it. And that is it. Bronson wins the match with impressive fashion. You know what? Dante Acosta could get up from one of those, but not 2, especially if the second one is off the ropes. Reaction, Dallas Murdock.
That was really impressive. Really impressive. But like I told you, I picked Bronson on this one, and he came through. Those high-risk maneuvers, if you can't hit them, you'll lose to them.
And there you have it, folks. Bronson, the winner of the triple threat match. Stay tuned for so much more in this special double episode of UCW Zero Television. We'll be right back after this.
BR Ultra Championship Wrestling Zero, Utah's best live pro wrestling action in Salt Lake City, Utah, at the UCW Training Center, 47 South Orange Street. Tickets are $10 for general admission and $3 for kids 6 and under. Doors open at 6 p.m. and bell time is 6:30 p.m. For more information, go to www.ucwzero.com or call 801-699-7977. And remember, do not try this at home. We are trained professionals. Leave it to us. We are Ultra Championship Wrestling Zero. Motivational pain.
This next contest is a singles match for a time limit of 15 minutes. Introducing first, from Salt Lake City, Utah, weighed in at 222 pounds, give it up for Manny Fresh!
And here comes Manny Fresh. Now, I want to remind the folks that this is a tournament match. Manny Fresh, the current reigning Ultra X champion, is not defending his title. This is not a title match. This match is to move on towards him becoming a double crown champion. Now, let me ask you something, Dallas. You've been here longer than me. Has there ever been someone who's held the Ultra X championship and the UCW heavyweight championship?
To my knowledge right now, no. You've had a heavyweight champion with a tag team title and an Ultra X champion with the tag team title, but I don't think no one's ever held it twice, both of them.
Right there, Manny Fresh trying to make history. Manny Fresh, if he wins this or loses it, he still retains his title. This right here is for advancement in the tournament.
Now, see, if it would have been my call on this one, I'd have made him put his title on line just to make it more interesting.
You know what? I like that.
And his opponent, from the mental asylum, weighing in at 185 pounds, one half of the reign of insane, Kade.
And just like the Ultra X championship is not on the line, the tag team championship obviously isn't on the line. But you know what, Dallas Murdock? To make it more interesting, why not put them all on the line?
I think they should. Cool. I think just because they're all trying to fight for my title doesn't mean that theirs are excluded.
You know what? I like that. And here he is, Kade, his tag team partner, winning the triple threat match. And look at the crazies from the mental asylum right there. And Manny Fresh, I don't know what he's thinking about this. He usually comes out here to bigger pops, to bigger crowd noise.
That's actually pretty interesting and impressive. I've never heard anybody back in the insane asylum.
Let me tell you something. You've been on both sides of the coin. Crowd favorite, and quite honestly, the crowd hasn't liked you as much as they have other times. What's it like when the crowd is cheering louder for your opponent than you? Does it motivate you, or does it make you, does it discourage you?
Well, there's no discouraging about it, but you know what? If they want to like the guy that I'm going to kick his ass better than me, then it's going to give me more reason to want to kick his ass.
There you go. There you go. Now, you've got this, I'm telling you, it's almost like a physical geometric split. You got the Manny Fresh over here to the left side of the ring. You've got the insane asylum people on the right side. It's like split down the middle. Now, I'll tell you something. I like Manny Fresh in this, but you know what? He might be worn out because he does play semi-professional football, and last night he was representing his semi-professional football team in a dodgeball tournament, charity dodgeball tournament, where his team made it all the way to the finals.
That's pretty impressive. I won't lie about that, but you know, it's like we say, if you're going to compete in this ring at every time, you've got to stay healthy. You got to be 100%. If you want to be out there doing other things and you can't stand to what we do, well, then you just don't belong here.
No, exactly. But it looks like his cardio's in there. You know the pro wrestlers are oh, look at that shoulder tackle using some of his football leverage. But what I was saying is the pro wrestlers are the fighting athletes that are in the best shape.
That they are. I mean, you know, we don't fight once a month or once every 6 months. We fight every week.
Oh, and look at that!
Wow, that was
off the
holy
top
cow.
rope. I'll tell you what, that was high risk, but that was high risk for Manny Fresh as Kade looking to finish up here and get an early end to this tournament match.
You know, I'm not so sure Manny Fresh knows where he is. I mean,
He's still on Quiz Street.
Kade doing that beautiful moonsault, catching Manny right in the head with his knee. Now beating down
Both
on him.
knees.
Oh, now
look
he's
at
taking
this.
the wind out of him.
Now he's got to the count of 5. Junior Greenhorn, look at that. You folks at home could see that that was placed right across his throat and was taking all the air. Manny Fresh now may be feeling the results of the dodgeball tournament, the football, and the moonsault and choking of Kade. Oh, wait a minute here. A fan giving the chair. But Kade, knowing if he took that chair, he would be disqualified. Oh, and Kade using that chair to distract the referee so that he could come right down on Manny Fresh as well. You know what?
Yep. But nobody can prove that Kade even hits him.
That's correct. That's correct. We do not have instant replay like in college football in the NFL.
Well, not only that, you know, that's kind of a master plan that Kade has using that move because there's no guarantee that he's hitting the you-know-what.
Well, and, you know, even if you're watching it, it's kind of there's enough doubt that even sitting there watching it, you don't know if it actually happened.
That's true.
Oh, and Manny Fresh clearly taking the worst of this match. Oh!
Oh, wow.
And Manny Fresh. Oh, and Manny Fresh. Seeing Kade do that over and over and over again. I wonder if he didn't have that plan. Now, was that instinct or was that planning, Dallas?
You know, for Manny Fresh, I'd have to say he's been, like you said earlier, been watching the footage, been taking notes, knows exactly what Kade was about to do, and was able to counter it.
But I'll tell you what, Manny Fresh, a little tired, could not follow up on that, and it looks like it cost him, almost cost him the match. Kade a little bit upset with Junior Greenhorn that he didn't count to 3, but in my estimation, it was a 3 count. 1, 2, but he didn't quite get the 3. So I got to say props to Junior Greenhorn.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. If he calls it a 2, it's a 2. If he calls it a 3, it's a 3.
Ooh, taking a page out of Bronson's book, kicking the field goal, and kicking the hell out of the ribs. But now why isn't he going to cover? This is a mistake. It could cost him. This is for a chance to get the heavyweight championship belt, and he's playing to the crowd.
And seeing that's kind of odd because, you know, Kade isn't no stranger to the heavyweight championship division. He knows what it's like to compete. So I don't know what. I think maybe it's a little bit of the Bronson in him having to play around and get a little crazy.
Right. Oh, and that big forearm, using his forearm, a legal move right to the temple. Manny Fresh trying to get away. Oh, but look at this. And look at that. Junior Greenhorn seeing that it's a choke, that it's an illegal move, starts the 5 count. Kade wanted to count the 3 count, but Junior Greenhorn doing his job there.
Well, see, that's also smart on Kade because he's got the ref thinking he's going for a 3.
There you go.
And he's going for the choke, getting that win taken away from him.
And he got more. He got actually more than the traditional 5 count in doing that.
That's correct.
Right now, I think Manny Fresh's chances of winning this match are slim to none. What do you think?
It's not looking too good for Manny right now.
Ooh, big kick to the knee. Manny Fresh looking up, saw the spinning wizard coming. Good film study, but his knee is hurt. Can he capitalize on this?
He's got him up.
Oh, and he hits it. But it, moves like that. Can you just talk for a moment about how moves like that take it out of both fighting athletes?
Well, that is very true because Manny's doing the roll through, crushing the ribs of Kid K, but it's also putting the pressure on his own neck and upper body. So yeah, it takes it out on both competitors. And now he's trying to go up top and
high risk, as we've been saying. With the cross body, all of his weight coming down. Oh, and how did he kick out of that? Was that instinct? It has to be.
It's nothing but instinct. I mean, the pain is there, but you just know you got to keep going.
Oh! Manny Fresh finding the energy from I don't know where and turning this match around.
Goodness.
He was all but out, and now he's moments away from beating Kade to advance in this heavyweight championship tournament. Kade looking like he's out on it. Wait a minute.
Whoa.
Wait a minute here. Bronson coming out. See, this is what I was talking about. You like these tactics. I think quite frankly it's BS.
He isn't doing nothing wrong. He's just coming out here trying to cheer on his tag team partner.
You know
he is
what
doing
he's doing.
Absolutely nothing wrong.
Folks, if you can't see it, Bronson has come out here. He has distracted Manny Fresh. Manny Fresh was almost ready. Manny Fresh was almost ready to finish this match. And look at this. What is going on here? Oh, and missing the double clothesline. Oh, you know what that means? I know what he's trying to do. But Manny Fresh beating on Bronson. But you know what's going to happen here? He lost sight of the prize. If Junior Greenhorn gets to 10, guess what?
Well, it looks like Manny Fresh has got his mind set somewhere else.
Oh, and Manny Fresh missing the ring by 1 second, concentrating on Bronson.
You see, now, that's actually smart play, though. I mean, come on.
See, now that's cheating.
If Manny Fresh wants to take his eyes off of Kade and worry about Bronson and not finish the job, then that's on him.
You know what I'm going to say? I think that's crap. I'm going to say it right now. I'm sorry, folks, for the language. I just don't think that's right. Had Bronson not come out and distracted Manny Fresh would have won this match. But you know what? It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what you think, because Kade wins the match and he advances. And guess what's next? Our main event.
Introducing first, from Salt Lake City, Utah, weighing in at Zach James.
Now, this is the main event that I've been looking for. Zach James looking to regain his crown. Zach James is the longest reigning, or was the longest reigning Ultra X champion. He held the title for a couple of months earlier in the year, losing it to Martin Casaus, and he's back. He's hungry. He really wants this championship.
Yeah, that he does. You know, it was actually pretty interesting to see him actually go all the way and actually hold the UCW championship.
And of course, Sierra Rose always with him.
Now that's an interesting duo there, I'll tell you that.
I'll tell you what, the thing I like about him, Sierra Rose is a respectful valet. Unlike you like to see, she just cheers her man on from the sides and does not interfere.
And his opponent, from Pocatello, Idaho, weighing in at 210 pounds, Jason Jackson.
And you know what's interesting that just occurred to me, and I'm embarrassed to say that it just occurred to me, Jason Jackson lost the heavyweight title earlier this year to none other than Zach James. So this is a rematch, if you will, for the heavyweight title when you really think about it.
That's very true. And yeah, that's one little tough pit bull right there. But, you know, to see Zach James be the one to take it off of him, that was pretty impressive.
Unbelievable match. If I recall correctly, it was in May of this year when Jason Jackson and Zach James fought hard for that title, and Zach James just barely got the nod.
But what does that say for the Pitbull, though, knowing that Zach James is the one that took it away?
I'll tell you what, I think that means he wants revenge. This could be a revenge match.
It's definitely going to be a fight, I'll give you that, because Pitbull, he'll take it too with no problem.
Exactly. And referee John Godfrey, knowing the importance of this match, doing the seldom seen but the necessary pat down for weapons.
Yep.
And here we go. These two sizing each other up. Show of respect right there. Both men understand what this is for. Both men train with each other. Both men respect each other. Now, why don't you explain the lockup a little bit and how you try and gain supremacy and lead into something like a headlock?
Well, see, the main purpose of a lockup is to show each other who's the boss. Because, as you can see, they locked it up, but Zach James, having the height, can take it to Pitbull a little bit easier. And so he showed the dominance, and now they're switching it off.
There you go. And this is a chain wrestling here. Basically, why don't you explain the term chain wrestling, where it comes from, where it's point, counterpoint, hold, counter hold.
Well, that's exactly what it is. You take an opponent body part by body part, moving back and forth, and it's a head game. It's about the head game.
Ooh, and Jason Jackson there losing a little bit of his temper, and Zach James countering with an arm drag.
You see, like I was telling you, it's a head game. You get in there, you go back and forth. Finally, one guy's going to get really pissed off, and he's going to come at you. And just like Zach James showed us, he took him down.
And this is two different styles. Pitbull, just like you would sound, is like a dog in the ring, using his strength. He can wrestle, but he is very, very aggressive. Zach James, a high flyer, great wrestler, but prefers to be up in the air and off the ropes rather than on the mat like this.
That's correct. That was some pretty interesting moves there by the Pitbull. Don't think I've seen that.
No, I haven't seen that. A little bit of a Japanese style right there. Now this is where it is not a choke because he's using his opponent's own body parts against him, and that's the essence of wrestling, isn't it?
Yes, that's very correct.
But look at that, a head scissor counter by Zach James. Once again, Zach James is no foreigner to the ground and pound. He'd prefer to come off the ropes, but he knows what he's doing on the mat.
Oh, he can slap holds on you from anywhere at any time. He knows his arsenal in his brain is so huge, it's unreal.
Oh, I mean, you know, this is what I love to see, a traditional wrestling match. Front face lock there by Jason Jackson. Now he's chewing gum. Is that like to get rhythm or things of that nature? I mean, I see a lot of professional athletes, fighting athletes doing that. Is it to get rhythm? Is there a reason for it?
Well, it helps you breathe.
I see.
It keeps your lungs and your mouth, everything moist, so you can actually breathe a little bit better, and it helps you concentrate.
Oh, look at that. Off the top ropes. And Jason Jackson countering that attempted arm drag with the ground and pound. That's exactly what we were talking about. That's why they call it high risk. And Zach James just basically not knowing what hit him.
And that's nothing with that pit bull, man. When he's mad, just like a pit bull, he's going to come get you.
Exactly. The difference in styles here is very apparent. And right now, it looks like Jason Jackson is winning out.
I'm not so sure about that right now.
Yeah, make a liar out of me. Now, what's interesting about that move? Oh, schoolboy there.
Yeah.
Ooh, almost a 3 count. What's interesting about that move is he shoots through the ropes so that his full body weight gets his opponent's head into that middle turnbuckle.
And that does not feel good, let me tell you.
No, not at all. Missed clothesline, missed back elbow.
Oh, reversal.
Over the top. Oh, and another counter and counter and counter. Oh!
Right on the chin.
Wow. I didn't know how long they were going to do that. But it is basically a counter to a counter to a counter. And Jason Jackson right here looking for the win and almost got the... Oh, I saw Sierra Rose pounding them out. I thought he got the 3 count. But referee John Godfrey counted just to 2.
And see, that's another thing. You know, you study your opponent so much that you're able to counter everything they can do at any given time, and they just proved that right there.
Does it come to technique, or what does it come to? Strength, technique?
Everything in the books. You got strength, technique, skill, training.
Oh, and look at that. I thought that he was going to hit his finisher, but he didn't quite get it. He only got the one leg up instead of coming down on the knees. Jason Jackson getting shot out of the ring, which I don't think Zach James counted on. But you know what's coming next. You've got to know what's coming next.
Oh, is he going to fly?
Is Jason Jackson playing possum?
Oh.
Once again, just like you were talking, knew how to counter it, has worked with his opponent so much. He knew what he was going to try. And he just had the wherewithal to counter that. Oh!
And seeing the Pitbull, like I told you, he's not afraid to take it to you. He's going to beat you down just like the rest of them.
You know what? You know something that just occurred to me? You wanted this commentary job so you could scout these guys out, didn't you? Very smart.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm the champion.
There you go. Oh, but look at that. Once again, a counter and a counter. Jason Jackson wanting to try that tope, being countered by Zach James. Jason Jackson on the ground. Zach James in the ring. And here it comes. Oh, Superman dive, a tope outside the ring, right into the front row. And it hit our commentator's booth. And Zach James looks like he got the best of that one. Jason Jackson on the floor trying to shake it off. And the crowd here going insane. Zach James, one move away from winning this match. Do you think he's taking too much time, Dallas?
Way too much time.
Oh, he countered his own move. Could you see that, folks? Oh both
man.
Countering each other's moves with the double crossbody in the ring. Each man down.
It's like I keep saying, these guys have studied each other so well that they know what they're going to do move for move. And that right there just proved it.
Unbelievable match here. Pay-per-view quality, free for all you folks out there in TV land. Reaction to what's going on in the ring, Dallas Murdock.
This is just insane. I mean, the way these guys are running together is crazy. It's going to be interesting to see who can actually last the longest to get to 1, 2, 3.
You know what? It comes down to conditioning and training, doesn't it?
Oh, that it does. I mean, if you can't breathe while you're in there and if you get too tired, you're done.
Look at this, just trading blows. Big chop there. And explain to the people, those chops don't just sound bad. They actually take the wind right out of you, don't they?
Oh, they knock it completely out. I mean, they completely compress your lungs and everything to where you can't breathe.
Oh, wow. Look at that chop
no
off
joke.
the ropes. Clothesline again. And here we come. Oh, trying for the super kick. Jason Jackson countering it. Oh, classic Jason Jackson off the center rope with the elbow. Now, let me ask you something. Zach James looked like he could have kicked out at 1, but it looked like he took that extra second and a half to get a breather.
That's the smart thing you do about it. You know you're down. You know you're hurt. You know you got a 3 count. You always get the 2 to get that extra breath in you, and then you kick out on 3.
And calling it that close also has to have something mentally. It must do something mentally to your opponent as well to come that close to victory and have it snatched away.
Oh yeah, it's back to that mind game again. You get in their head and it gets them. They get so frustrated, and then they mess it up.
The cardiovascular conditioning of both these athletes is amazing. Jason Jackson in particular has been kicked in the stomach at least 3 times. And here we go with the clash. Just not the strength. Trying to set it up here. Jason Jackson on Quiz Street. The crowd calling for the finish. Oh, here we go. Oh, almost. How did he roll out of that? Oh, no.
Got him locked.
Submission maneuver right here.
After the beating these guys, I don't think Pitbull can get out of this. He's had too much of a beating.
Referee John saying no. Jason Jackson hanging in there. Really, what can you do to get out of this move?
Honestly, there's not. Well, I guess just like that.
Wow. Well, don't you think sometimes, Jason Jackson. Oh, amazing! Don't you think sometimes Zach James realized that he couldn't get Jason Jackson, so he just figured he would try a different maneuver, maybe let go of the hold?
It's possible. I've seen guys do it, and they paid the price for it, too.
Oh, now here we go. We know what's coming here.
Oh, the big fancy
it's the
elbow.
Big elbow off the top rope. Zach James could be playing possum. I don't know. Both men have been countering each other so much, it's hard to see what happens. As he climbs the top rope, going for that big elbow. And once again, he misses it. What I thought, Zach James either A, playing possum, or B, just saw him at the last minute and rolled out of the way.
See, that's also like I'd say about that manager aspect. You got Sierra Rose out here pounding on the mat, yelling at him. Could also give him that little niche in his mind to roll.
There you go. Who do you think has the advantage right here?
To be honest with you, it's...
He tried the Hurricane Rana. High-risk maneuver. Oh, no!
I think that's it right there.
Can he turn it over?
One.
Oh, and Jason Jackson. Where's he getting this from? You're born
that
with
right
this.
there. That right there just shows you how bad he really wants it back.
Exactly. And you know what? You're born with this. This isn't something you can teach. You cannot teach that fighting spirit. You're either born with it or not. And we are so lucky in UCW Zero to be watching these two. You know what? No matter who wins, they're both champions in my book.
I'll give you that. In fact, like there again too. I'd like to see both them go on, but unfortunately only one gets to.
Oh, wow. No, I don't know if you folks at home saw that. Zach James removing his knee pad.
Spine buster to the turnbuckle.
And see, once again, that's a counter to the move of Zach James trying to knee him in the face.
And another counter.
And there we go. Now, Jason Jackson just trying to catch his breath. Zach James trying to catch his wherewithal. Is he going to the top rope again? Now, your finishing maneuver is off the top ropes. Do you sometimes go to it too many times?
I have been known to do that. I will admit that. But, it's what you have and it's what you use.
Oh,
just
and he
like
got
right there, the nail in the coffin.
That's it.
Get on him.
We're it. Here
One,
it is.
Two, three.
And he got it. What an amazing match. What an amazing match for the ages. Dallas Murdock. How amazing was that? In here at the Best of State Ultra Championship Wrestling Zero. Jason Jackson advancing in the tournament. What is your reaction?
I'm not surprised, and actually good for him. Maybe he can get up next to Martin Casaus and we'll see what's going on then.
I'm going to tell you something, folks. This has been an amazing, amazing show. Stay tuned for next week's show when we continue this tournament and have more UCW Zero action. I am Commissioner MK for the heavyweight champion Dallas Murdock. Good night, be safe, and God bless. We'll see you next week.